Hey Nomads, thanks so much for tuning in to my latest video in the series of ranking stuff. So what am I ranking today? I'm ranking Coldplay's top songs. Now, usually this will be a top 10. Usually this would be a top 10, but I'm doing a top 13 because I couldn't narrow it down to 10. There were so many good options. So I'm gonna roll my theme song and then we're gonna get into these top 10, 13 songs. So sit tight, buckle up, let's take a look.
A band with just one dude, no reason to fret. I may pretend rock star, it states one man duets. Yeah.
All right, so here we are at number 13. This may be a song that's a bit of a deep cut. I'm not actually sure which album it's from. I don't think it's from one of their main releases. Maybe it was from a movie soundtrack. Maybe it was from a benefit album. I bet someone out there on the internet could look that up. But I really love how this song starts with an acoustic guitar and then this kind of haunting melody. I think the melody is really the thing that really strikes me as really cool in this song. Really awesome lead guitar work, and then it's just got this this vibe, this groove, this rhythm that just gets your head bobbing like right away. I love it. And it's really cool, the dynamics of this song. It really kind of builds and builds. I really enjoy that. So let's take a quick look. I'm going to give some samples of these songs as we go through. So let's check this one out. All right, let's see what's next. Number 12 from the Parachutes album, which was their first album. You're going to see a lot of songs from this album. I like Everything's Not Lost. I like this song, how it starts with the piano. Chris Martin is the lead singer, the piano player. He also plays guitar. He really shows off his musicianship in a lot of different songs, and this is a great one. It really almost has like a jazzy type chord progression, which I really enjoy. Really amazing piano work throughout the whole song. I also really like this song just because it is like thoroughly sing-alongable. I don't know if that is a word, but it is now. And I also really love the guitar work. Between the piano and the guitar, as in so many Coldplay songs, excellent combination. So let's give this one a quick listen. All right, let's check out number 11, what we got here. A Rush of Blood to the Head from the album with the same name. So this one's cool because it starts off with an acoustic guitar. As I said, Chris Martin is also a really excellent guitar player. He shows off some of that here. I like this song because it has some really poignant lyrics, which is usually not the thing that I gravitate to, but I like this song a lot. There's also these like soaring vocals. Chris Martin has such an incredible vocal range, and it's really on full display here. And this song has just an excellent chorus. So let's check out a little sample of this one. All right, so let's move into what would be the beginning of any other top 10 list. Clocks. Now, this is the song. I'm actually surprised this is at number 10. It surprises even me because this is probably their identifiable song. You could listen to like 2 seconds of this and know instantly what song it is. This is a piano riff that is instantly recognizable. Like this guy composed a classical piece that an entire generation knows just instantly, which is really quite impressive. And this was their, smash hit. So I don't really have much more to say about this one other than it's a great song. Let's give you a little sample of it if you might have been living under a rock for the last, 20 years and don't know what this song is. All right, let's move on to number 9. Let's see what we got next. Green Eyes. Now this is from the A Rush of Blood to the Head album. Maybe a deep cut, right? Maybe not one that you're super familiar with. This one is mainly on my top 10 list because it's a personal song. I have a personal connection to this. So I played this song for my wife on our wedding day at our reception, right? Not in the wedding ceremony, but in the reception. And so it's like a romantic song for me. Thankfully, she has green eyes because that would have been embarrassing, if she had eyes of a different color, but they're green. So I figured this was a nice song to play. It's interesting because for Coldplay, it's a bit of a departure. It's almost got a bit of like a country vibe. So if you don't know it, check it out. I'll give you a little sample of it right here. Okay, let's move on to number 8. We got In My Place, a whole bunch of songs from this album kind of back to back. This is another song that's immediately identifiable, but I'm going to say an instrument. Drums are an instrument, okay? Drummers, don't come for me. You guys are musicians too. But there's no stringed instrument. There's no just the drum beat. Again, instantly I know what song this is within a couple seconds of hearing that drum beat. It's that identifiable. And then it really kicks in with this beautiful lead guitar part. It's really lovely. I like it so much. And then this is another one that has just a sing-alongable chorus, right? It's just a lot of fun. I love this song a lot. My 90s cover band covers this one, and I always enjoy doing it, even though it's not from the 90s, but, close enough, right? So let's give you a little sample of this one before we move on. All right, let's check out what's number 7. Back to the Parachutes album. This song, Spies. Now, this might be a deep cut as well. You may or may not be familiar with it. This has such a cool vibe right from the start. I love this song. Again, Chris Martin's vocal range, incredible, on full display right off the bat. And the thing that I think is most noteworthy about this song is the groove. At the part when Chris goes, "They're all spies," the band gets into this groove and everybody's just kind of, I just love the whole feeling of that part. That's my favorite part of the song. So let's give it a quick listen. All right, let's check out what's number 6. What we got? Our first song from Viva La Vida, Violet Hill. This is a really cool song. The thing that I think is really interesting is the very beginning of it and what I'm going to call the opening soundscape. It's, it's probably done by keyboards and computers, but it's just such an interesting vibe, and then it comes into this really strong opening when the song really starts. I just love that transition. I like it so much. This song also features some really cool bass and drum. It's got such a cool rhythmic, like this pounding. It's just awesome. And then Chris Martin's vocal range and the quality of his voice is on full display on this one. So let's get a little sample of this guy before we move on. All right, let's see what we got. In the top 5, starting with The Scientist. So this was one of their big smash hits, and it's so easy to tell why. It's such a sweet song with the sweet, lovely melody. This is one of those songs where you're like, how did it take till the year 2000? The year 2000. for someone to write this song, it just makes so much sense. It's like one of those things that seems to have just resided in our, if you're a young fan out there, our collective unconscious, right? It's in our zeitgeist somehow, even before the song was officially written. It just feels familiar. It feels comforting. It feels like you're home. I just love this song. An interesting thing about the video, it's pretty wild. A lot of Coldplay videos featured a camera pretty tight on Chris Martin as he's like walking around. And so they kind of did that again in this video. But the twist on it is that it's recorded backwards. You can tell that everything else in the video is going backwards. And Chris is there singing the song forward, so they had to record that backwards. He had to learn how to mouth the words of the song backwards, so then when they reversed the video, it would look like he was going forward and everything else is going backwards. It's a really cool trick, but it's kind of trippy. But it's a really cool video. I highly recommend checking it out. This song features the full band, really everybody doing their awesomeness, and it comes together so cohesively. And the chorus of this song is just so beautiful. So let's get a little sample of this guy before we move into number 4. All right, number 4, let's see what we got. God Put a Smile Upon Your Face. This song has the coolest guitar riff. I love that it's kind of like Crash Into Me by Dave Matthews Band, in that it's a moving pattern of bass notes over the same chord. So if you're a guitar player or musician, you might know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, you might not kind of know. But if you listen to it, there's a sameness that is happening with movement at the same time. Give it a listen. See if you can pick out what I'm saying. It's really cool. The lead guitar work in this song blows my mind. It's so good. I think the guitar player from Coldplay is really criminally underrated. His ability to design effects, they're typically understated. They're not overblown. They're not too much, but they're like perfect. They're perfect for what the song calls for, and it's truly remarkable. And then, as always, fantastic vocals, because Chris Martin is just gifted with one of the most beautiful and amazing voices. So let's get a little sample of this one as we move into the top 3. All right, let's see what number 3 is. Not that one. Let's try again. Fix You, right? I mean, I think a lot of people, this would probably be their number 1, and rightfully so. This song is incredible. This song has an emotionality. It evokes emotion from like the opening chord. It's really incredible. It's iconic. It's amazing. When you listen to it as like with the musician's ear, you go, okay, it's an organ, it's a guitar, the piano comes in at some point, drums, bass, completely traditional instrumentation, but somehow they make it sound groundbreaking. They make it sound different. And I don't know if it's the emotional impact or what of this song, but it's just amazing. It's perfectly recorded. I mean, it's a masterpiece. The soaring vocals, especially towards the end, that whole tear stream down your face. I mean, it's like a spiritual experience. It's so beautiful, and it's just a great song. One of the greatest. So surprisingly, at number 3, that must mean the other 2 are really great. So before we move on, let's get a sample of Fix You. All right, number 2, what do we got? Yellow. Now, this is the song. I had heard one other song from Coldplay before I heard this song. And that first song, I was like, whoa, these guys are cool. Then I heard this song and I'm like, okay, I'm a lifelong fan of these guys. They are incredible. This is from, their first album. This was kind of the song. I think this was probably their first big smash hit. And it's awesome. It's got that great iconic lead line with the bends. It's just so cool. And really awesome dynamics. The song has a lot of, loud and quiet rocking parts, and then parts that are more kind of calming and soothing. Again, what a great song. I love this song. So let's give it a quick listen before we reveal what made number 1. All right, little drum roll. Let's see what is number 1. This might surprise some of you. Trouble. Probably a deep cut, maybe not even a song of theirs that you know. It's from Parachutes. As I said when I was talking about the last song, Yellow, I said that I had heard another song first, and this was the one. I actually think I might have heard a remix. Back when MTV played music, I saw something that they were talking about this song and some DJ had remixed it. And I listened to it. And when I first heard it, I actually thought it was Radiohead. And I was like, oh, Radiohead has new stuff. I didn't know. I'm so excited because I love Radiohead. And then come to find out it wasn't them. It was this other really cool band who ends up having this like incredible career. So some things that are great. I mean, obviously the piano and that piano riff is it's amazing. It's so good. But the bass line in this song is incredible. The quality of how the vocals are, the soaring chorus that's so incredible, and that lead guitar with all the slides this song is, you hear me gushing about it, and yeah, no wonder it's my number 1 favorite song, right? Because it's awesome. So if you don't know it, go listen to it, but I'm going to give you a little sample here. Beep. All right, guys. Well, that is my top 10, which was actually a baker's dozen of favorite Coldplay songs. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. It's been a lot of fun breaking down these things. Hopefully you maybe even discovered some new music that you may not have been familiar with. So real quick, before I let you go, let me give you my little blurb and spiel. Here's where I'm going to ask you to like, comment, share, subscribe, check out my different social media stuff going on. And thanks for watching all the way through this video. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you watching. Please do check out all the other videos on my channel here where I actually perform music and not just talk about it till I'm blue in the face. So you guys take care. We'll see you soon. Boop. Stop rocking. Just never stop rocking. Hey Nomads, thank you so much for tuning in to this latest on my TV.